ATI TEAS 7 Math Full Practice Test. Question 1. During a task at the simulation laboratory, a tutor is converting practice syringes. A data display contains 22, 19, 24, 31. What is the average value? Option A, 12. Option B, 23. Option C, 96. Option D, 24. The correct answer is option D, 24. The average should remain within the observed minimum and maximum. An average balances the total equally across all observations. Add the displayed values and divide by the number of entries. For the tutor's record at the simulation laboratory, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for practice syringes. Question 2. At the campus bookstore, a tutor reviews quantities involving study packets, with the grouping stage. Round 467.32 to the nearest whole number? Option A, 469. Option B, 466. Option C, 467. Option D, 468. The correct answer is option C, 467. All digits to the right are then removed or replaced with zeros according to place value. Increase the target digit when the neighboring digit is 5 or more, otherwise leave it unchanged. Rounding uses the digit immediately to the right of the requested place. For the tutor's record at the campus bookstore, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for study packets. Question 3. A planning sheet from the Community Health Fair lists information about sample containers, with the tutor handling the scheduling stage. Evaluate the numerical expression 11 plus 4 times 5. Which value results? Option A, 31. Option B, 75. Option C, 20. Option D, 49. The correct answer is option A, 31. Multiplication has priority over addition in the standard order of operations. Compute the product before combining it with the remaining term. Parentheses would be required to make the addition occur first. For the tutor's record at the Community Health Fair, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for sample containers. Stressed about your ATI TEAS? We can take ATI TEAS for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. While working in the Student Resource Center, a tutor must calculate a value for appointment cards, with the sorting stage. The proportion 3/5 equals 15/x models the situation. Which value makes the proportion true? Option A, 9. Option B, 25. Option C, 75. Option D, 23. The correct answer is option B, 25. Cross minus multiply to create an equation and divide by the coefficient attached to the unknown. A proportion states that two ratios are equal. Substituting the result back into both ratios should produce matching values. For the tutor's record at the Student Resource Center, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for appointment cards. Question 5. The clinic supply room uses a record to track boxes of gloves, with the tutor handling the recording stage. A square has an area of 100 square units. What is the length of one side? Option A, 12 units. Option B, 100 units. Option C, 10 units. Option D, 20 units. The correct answer is option C, 10 units. The side length of a square is the square root of its area. A linear unit is required for side length, whereas the given area uses square units. Use the inverse of squaring because the area formula multiplies the side length by itself. For the tutor's record at the clinic supply room, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for boxes of gloves. Question 6. For a project in the Nursing Skills Workshop, a tutor is estimating nutrition labels. In which quadrant is the point, -9, 3, located? Option A, quadrant 2. Option B, quadrant 4. Option C, quadrant I. Option D, quadrant 3. The correct answer is option A, quadrant 2. Read the horizontal sign first and the vertical sign second to locate the point. Points on an axis are not assigned to a quadrant, but both coordinates here are non-zero. Quadrants are determined by the signs of the x minus and y minus coordinates. For the tutor's record at the Nursing Skills Workshop, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for nutrition labels. Question 7. A report prepared at the public library summarizes data about measuring cups, with the tutor handling the converting stage. A right triangle has legs of 6 units and 8 units. What is the hypotenuse? Option A, 10 units. Option B, 48 units. Option C, 2 units. Option D, 14 units. The correct answer is option A, 10 units. Adding the side lengths directly does not account for the right minus angle geometry. The Pythagorean theorem relates the two legs of a right triangle to its hypotenuse. Square both legs, add the squares, and take the square root of the sum. For the tutor's record at the public library, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for measuring cups. Question 8. Before an activity at the college cafeteria, a tutor checks the amount of training manuals, with the grouping stage. A container has 7 red, 6 blue, and 5 green tokens. What is the probability of selecting a token that is not red? Option A, 7/18. Option B, 11/18. Option C, 1/3. Option D, 5/18. The correct answer is option B, 11/18. The event and its complement must have probabilities that sum to 1. Add the counts of the non-red colors or subtract the red probability from 1. A complement includes every outcome outside the named event. For the tutor's record at the college cafeteria, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for training manuals. Are you looking for Get Actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access Get Study Guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get answer key today. Question 9. The tutor at the neighborhood garden is responsible for inspecting water bottles. How much simple interest is earned on $600 at 3% per year for 4 years? Option A, $600.12. Option B, $4.50. Option C, $675.31. Option D, $72. The correct answer is option D, $72. Simple interest uses the original principal for every time period. Multiply principal, annual rate written as a decimal, and time in years. Compounding would repeatedly change the balance and is not part of the simple minus interest model. For the tutor's record at the neighborhood garden, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for water bottles. Question 10. A worksheet used in the fitness center contains measurements for first-aid kits, with the tutor handling the sorting stage. A quantity changes from 145 to 165. What is the percent increase? Round to the nearest tenth if needed? Option A, 20%. Option B, 12.1%. Option C, 113.8%. Option D, 13.8%. The correct answer is option D, 13.8%. Find the numerical difference, divide that change by the original value, and convert the decimal to a percent. Percent change uses the original quantity as the comparison base. Dividing by the new value would answer a different comparison and can noticeably alter the rate. For the tutor's record at the fitness center, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for first-aid kits. Question 11. As part of a routine check at the mobile screening unit, a tutor examines bus passes, with the planning stage. Which scientific minus notation expression represents 560? Option A, 56 times 10 squared. Option B, 5.6 times 10 to the power of first. Option C, 5.6 times 10 squared. Option D is 0.56 times 10 to the power of first. The correct answer is option C, 5.6 times 10 squared. Scientific notation uses a coefficient from 1 up to, but not including, 10 multiplied by a power of 10. A value greater than 1 produces a positive exponent when the decimal moves left. Move the decimal until one non-zero digit remains to its left and count the places moved to determine the exponent. For the tutor's record at the mobile screening unit, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for bus passes. Question 12. A supply request from the training classroom includes several entries for poster boards, with the tutor handling the estimating stage. A relationship has slope 4 and y minus intercept 5. Which equation represents the line? Option A, y equals 5x plus 4. Option B, y equals 4x minus 5. Option C, x equals 4y plus 5. Option D, y equals 4x plus 5. The correct answer is option D, y equals 4x plus 5. Use the given slope as the coefficient of x and the vertical intercept as the added or subtracted term. Switching the two values changes both the steepness and the point where the line crosses the vertical axis. Slope minus intercept form places the rate of change with the input variable and the starting value as a constant. For the tutor's record at the training classroom, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for poster boards. Question 13. The pharmacy inventory room is preparing for an event that uses lab trays, with the tutor handling the converting stage. Two angles of a triangle measure 72 degrees and 67 degrees. What is the third angle? Option A, 139 degrees. Option B, 41 degrees. Option C, 113 degrees. Option D, 108 degrees. The correct answer is option B, 41 degrees. A result must be positive and keep the complete angle sum fixed. The interior angles of every triangle sum to 180 degrees. Add the two known angles and subtract their sum from the total. For the tutor's record at the pharmacy inventory room, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for lab trays. Question 14. A tutor creates a calculation for storage bins at the bus scheduling office, with the grouping stage. A circle graph assigns 20% to training, 25% to supplies, 30% to travel, and 25% to outreach. If the total is 240, how many belong to travel? Option A, 8. Option B, 210. Option C, 72. Option D, 30. The correct answer is option C, 72. Using the percentage number as a count ignores the size of the whole represented by the chart. Convert the sector percentage to a decimal and multiply by the full amount. A circle minus graph sector represents its stated percentage of the entire total. For the tutor's record at the bus scheduling office, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for storage bins. Question 15. Information collected in the community kitchen describes how classroom chairs are being used, with the tutor handling the inspecting stage. A budget includes 3 identical items at $20 each. What is the total cost? Option A, $23. Option B, $60. Option C, $6.67. Option D, $63. The correct answer is option B, $60. A repeated unit cost is combined by multiplication. Multiply the number of items by the price of one item and retain 2 decimal places for currency. Adding the count to the price mixes a pure number with a monetary amount. For the tutor's record at the community kitchen, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for classroom chairs. Question 16. A schedule at the medical records office includes a numerical condition involving survey forms, with the tutor handling the reviewing stage. A recorded amount of 5.7 units is reduced by 0.9 units. What amount remains? Option A, 48. Option B, 4.8. Option C, 6.6. Option D, 3.4. The correct answer is option B, 4.8. Write the values with decimal points aligned, add trailing zeros if helpful, and subtract by column. Decimal subtraction requires the same place minus value alignment used for addition. The difference should be smaller than the original amount because a positive quantity was removed. For the tutor's record at the medical records office, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for survey forms. Question 17. The tutor compares 2 records about workbooks in the science laboratory, with the planning stage. Convert 4,000 milliliters to liters. Which measurement is equivalent? Option A, 4 million liters. Option B, 1,004 liters. Option C, 0.4 liters. Option D, 4 liters. The correct answer is option D, 4 liters. Moving from a smaller metric unit to a larger one reduces the numerical value. The unit labels provide a useful magnitude check because the same physical quantity is being expressed differently. Divide by the number of smaller units contained in one larger unit. For the tutor's record at the science laboratory, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for workbooks. Question 18. A quality check in the Career Center requires a calculation involving name badges, with the tutor handling the estimating stage. Solve 8x plus 11 equals 123. Option A, hex equals 25. Option B, hex equals 15.4. Option C, hex equals 14. Option D, hex equals 112. The correct answer is option C, x equals 14. Remove the constant term first and then divide by the coefficient. Applying identical operations to both sides maintains equality throughout the process. A 2- step equation is undone in reverse order from the operations applied to the variable. For the tutor's record at the Career Center, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for name badges. Stressed about your ATI TEAS? We can take ATI TEAS for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. The volunteer clinic has set a target related to digital thermometers, with the tutor handling the converting stage. A circular display has a radius of 7 centimeters. Using 3.14 for pi, what is its circumference? Option A, 43.96 centimeters. Option B, 98 centimeters. Option C, 153.86 centimeters. Option D, 21.98 centimeters. The correct answer is option A, 43.96 centimeters. Squaring the radius belongs to the area formula and would produce square units. Circumference measures the distance around a circle. Multiply pi by the diameter, or double the radius before multiplying by pi. For the tutor's record at the volunteer clinic, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for digital thermometers. Question 20. A tutor uses a table to monitor supply cartons at the campus mailroom, with the grouping stage. A bar graph displays counts 17, 17, 11, 21. What is the total count represented by all 4 bars? Option A, 66. Option B, 16. Option C, 21. Option D, 10. The correct answer is option A, 66. The tallest bar or average alone does not represent the complete graph total. Add the 4 counts once each, keeping the common unit. A total across categories requires combining every bar value. For the tutor's record at the campus mailroom, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for supply cartons. Question 21. An activity log from the health education booth contains values for meal portions, with the tutor handling the preparing stage. An activity begins at 7:05 and lasts 75 minutes. At what time does it end? Option A, 8:30. Option B, 7:20. Option C, 9:20. Option D, 8:20. The correct answer is option D, 8:20. Elapsed minus time problems are easiest when hours and minutes are treated consistently. Add the duration to the starting minutes and regroup every 60 minutes as 1 hour. Checking the result against the duration helps detect an omitted hour carry. For the tutor's record at the health education booth, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for meal portions. Question 22. The tutor is revising a plan for index cards in the school auditorium, with the reviewing stage. Which value is produced by 100 plus 15 divided by 5? Option A, 28. Option B, 103. Option C, 23. Option D, 24. The correct answer is option C, 23. Combine the quantities inside the grouping symbols and then divide the resulting sum. Parentheses direct the enclosed addition to be completed before division. Treating only the second addend as the dividend would ignore the purpose of the parentheses. For the tutor's record at the school auditorium, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for index cards. Question 23. A short report from the Home Improvement Project presents a mathematical problem involving folders, with the tutor handling the organizing stage. A constant pace produces 68 units over 4 hours. What hourly rate does this represent? Option A, 64 units per hour. Option B, 0.1 units per hour. Option C, 17 units per hour. Option D, 272 units per hour. The correct answer is option C, 17 units per hour. A rate compares quantities measured in different units. Multiplication would describe a larger total rather than the amount completed during a single hour. Divide the total number of units by the elapsed time so the denominator becomes 1 hour. For the tutor's record at the Home Improvement Project, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for folders. Question 24. The apartment laundry room must adjust its plan for tickets, with the tutor handling the estimating stage. Evaluate -6 divided by 2? Option A, -2. Option B, -3. Option C, a 3. Option D, -4. The correct answer is option B, -3. Divide the magnitudes and assign a positive sign for matching signs or a negative sign for unlike signs. Multiplying the quotient by the divisor should recover the dividend. Integer division follows the same sign rule as integer multiplication. For the tutor's record at the apartment laundry room, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for tickets. Question 25. A calculation is needed before exercise bands can be prepared at the farmer's market, with the tutor handling the converting stage. A rectangle has a perimeter of 68 centimeters and a length of 12 centimeters. What is its width? Option A, 22 centimeters. Option B, 46 centimeters. Option C, 2.8 centimeters. Option D, 56 centimeters. The correct answer is option A, 22 centimeters. Subtracting the length from the full perimeter would leave 3 sides rather than 1 width. The rectangle perimeter formula counts each length and each width twice. Divide the perimeter by 2 to obtain 1 length minus plus minus width pair, then subtract the known length. For the tutor's record at the farmer's market, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for exercise bands.